Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with football coach Scott Abell, field hockey captain Kendall Peterson, and men's soccer senior Dylan Stroud. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Men's soccer picked up its 8th straight win, downing Hampton-Sydney 2-0, while women's soccer defeated Randolph 5-0. Volleyball improved to 5-0 in the ODAC with a 3-1 victory over Virginia Wesleyan before seeing a 13-match overall winning streak snapped in 4 sets by Marymount. Field hockey split a pair of matches, beating Virginia Wesleyan by 9-1 scoreline and then falling 2-1 to Christopher Newport. Men's cross country placed 12th in a 45-team field at Lehigh's Paul Short Invitational, and football opened up ODAC play with a 49-23 victory over Emory and Henry. I'm joined in the studio by football coach Scott Abell. Scott, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
After a 10-0 regular season and an ODAC title in 2015, there was a lot of pressure, a lot of high expectations for Washington and Lee this fall. How are the Generals coping with the weight of those expectations?
Well, I think we're learning. You know, we certainly opened up the season with a lot of pressure on us, a lot of expectations, which I think were well deserved from our previous season. And I think our kids really worked hard and prepared hard. But you know, that's tough to learn to play with that. And I think it was some up and down moments and some learning moments through those first couple of weeks, but I think they've certainly realized what it means to have that target on your back each and every week.
You've also challenged your team with a tougher non-conference schedule. You took a trip to a perennial D3 power in Johns Hopkins. You opened the home slate with the Claremont Mud Scripps team that went 7-2 last year. What do games like that do for your program in the long run? Well,
two things. First, you hope it prepares you for your conference play, that you're a little better prepared for stiffer competition once you get to ODAC play. And secondly, you know, when you have those opportunities to play in playoffs, that you're a little better prepared because you've seen that a little more often than maybe you had in the past. And so I'm proud of the way our guys have responded. You know, we fell short in both those games, but you know, we felt we had opportunities in both those games to really show what our program has become and how we've grown. And you know, it's a shame we didn't finish the game here against Claremont and get that win, but we'll learn from that, and as we have and as we move forward into ODAC.
W&L is once again among the nation's leaders in rushing, but Charlie Nelson has also thrown for 3 touchdowns so far this year. He had 2 against Emory and Henry. How is the passing game coming along?
Well, without question, it's much improved, and it all starts with Charlie and his confidence, and he's been a much more accurate thrower this year, and it opens up the playbook for us, and it opens up the field. You know, we think we have weapons in Whit Hawkins and Jack Taylor, and they've both had 2 huge games for us. You know, Whit down at Swanee had a huge game for us, and then Jack last week had 2 touchdown catches. So, you know, it enables us to really do what we want to do, which is run our triple option, but when we need to and we want to take advantage of a big opportunity through the air.
1 conference game is in the books. You've got 6 more to go. What are your expectations for the ODAC this season?
Well, the ODAC is what it usually is. It's a very well-balanced league, and you're going to have to be your best each and every week. And you know, for us, we're a little banged up. We're trying to get healthy. It's probably the thing I'm most proud of last week's win is that how many young guys played and how deep we went in our depth. And we had a convincing win against a good Emory and Henry team. So as we move forward, we need to continue to get healthy. And you know, I would be lying to say if we're not in the mix come week 7 and 8, I'd be disappointed.
Scott, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thanks, Jeremy.
With me now is Kendall Peterson, senior field hockey captain from Towson, Maryland. Kendall, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Washington and Lee scored 9 goals in each of its first 2 conference matches. What have been the keys to getting off to such a good start in ODAC play?
I think the main key to our success has been working together on the field. We have a lot of really talented individual field hockey players, so when we're able to work together and really play off of each other, it's when we're really successful. So during those games, I think we really executed when we had scoring opportunities, worked together, especially on corners. And a lot of different girls were scoring, and a lot of our goals were assisted, which is really exciting.
Last fall, W&L put together a great season with a very small roster. You're deeper now at just about every position. How has that impacted the team this year?
I think it's not only been the addition of numbers, but the addition of girls who have made an immediate impact on the team. So just having confidence in everyone that's on the team we've been able to really play together and incorporate the first years right away. You know, we have the same amount of confidence whether you're a first year or a senior, which is really a luxury. And I think Coach Wills is now able to sub us on and off during games and also kind of adjust positions based on how we're playing and how the other team is playing, which is another luxury to have.
The Generals are currently 6-1 at the W&L Turf Field. You've outscored your opponents 34-6 in those games. From a player's perspective, what makes your home field so tough to play on for your opponents?
I think the main thing is probably the turf speed. A lot of these teams aren't used to playing on a surface like that. They have either field turf or grass. So on their surfaces, really the players set the speed of the game with their cuts and the speed at which they're running. But when you come onto our field, it's really the ball that sets the pace because it's such a quick game. And that's something that we're used to and that we thrive on and that other teams may struggle with the adjustment. I think also we come out in those games with a huge amount of confidence. Just playing on our field, we love defending our turf and being able to play on that surface and with the support of our fans.
W&L travels to Randolph-Macon on Wednesday. It's part of a 4-game road swing that also includes big ODAC matches against Lynchburg and Roanoke. How important is this stretch coming up for Washington and Lee?
It's definitely important. We take every game one at a time. So I think just focusing on our game tonight, and then after we win that, moving on to Saturday, we just need to go out, play our game, do everything that we worked on in practice. We're ready for the games. We just made some adjustments, and hopefully we can execute and play it game by game.
Kendall, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you so much.
Joining me now is Dylan Stroud, senior soccer player from Chester, New Jersey. Dylan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You played primarily as an outside back during the first couple of years you were at Washington and Lee. You've moved over to center back this season. How has that transition gone?
Yeah, it's gone really smoothly. So at the end of the last spring season, Coach kind of let me know that that's where he was looking to play me next year. So I started playing in that position at that time, had a good scrimmage against VMI, and then kind of kept playing the position until this year. And I had some experience with the position in high school, in club as well. So it was a pretty comfortable transition.
You've also scored the first 2 goals of your career this fall. How satisfying has it been to contribute on the offensive end as well?
It's been great. So whenever the defenders can get up in the attack, it's really nice to help the offense out. Take some good pressure off the defense, and we've really changed our team mentality this year to really take advantage of set pieces. We have some big guys, and we like to get up in the attack and get one when we can.
W&L is currently ranked 5th in the latest D3 soccer poll. Your next 2 games are against number 13 Messiah and number 19 Lynchburg. What will those matches tell you about the team?
Yeah, so those are big test matches for us. We had some big test matches at the beginning of the season, but being ranked and all, we have a target on our back nowadays, so every game really matters for us. We really focus on the game tonight against Guilford. But against Lynchburg and Messiah, we're trying to put a full 90 together against some really quality teams, and we really believe in our capabilities as a team and think we can definitely pull a result out.
Mid-season rankings are obviously a nice piece of recognition for the team, but I know the Generals are ultimately gunning for another ODAC title and a deeper run in the NCAA tournament. What do you need to do to put yourself in a position to make those things happen?
So recently we've been really gelling as a team, and we've really been focusing on executing the game plan that Coach sets before us. And each game we're getting better and better, and we're trying to tighten up at the back so we get more clean sheets, and also trying to revamp our style going forward so that we can break down teams that pack it in against us, because now that we're ranked, a lot of teams have been falling back and playing a lot of defense, so we need to work on the combo play up top.
Dylan, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. Women's cross country returns to action on Friday at the Queens Royals Challenge. Women's soccer squares off against ODAC rival Bridgewater, while men's soccer faces longtime D3 power Messiah. Volleyball will play host to a doubleheader at the Warner Center with matches against Guilford and Frostburg State. Field hockey visits McDaniel, and football travels to Catholic for the second week of ODAC play. Men's and women's swimming will open their seasons in Louisville against Center and Bellarmine. Men's golf heads to Kenyon for the B&S Fall Sports Invite, and women's golf will compete in the Golf Week Division III Invitational in Destin, Florida. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.